In this video we are going to write a book about the Python language with Chat, one of the Revolution AI tool. If you are a newcomer, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of my next videos. On those, let's start. To start, we will write a brief introduction to the Python language. What is Python? Python is a high-level, interpreted, general-purpose programming language that emphasizes code readability and allows for multiple programming paradigms, including procedural, object-oriented, and functional programming. Then we will ask Chatgpt, what are the advantages of learning the Python language? Why learn Python? There are several reasons why one may choose to learn Python. Easy to learn and read, Python has a simple and straightforward syntax, making it easy for new programmers to pick up and learn. Versatile, Python can be used for a wide range of tasks, including web development, scientific computing, data analysis, artificial intelligence, and more. Large community and support, Python has a large and active community of developers who contribute to its open-source libraries, tools, and packages. Popular, Python is one of the most widely used programming languages and has a large number of job opportunities available for Python developers. Interoperable, Python can be easily integrated with other programming languages and tools, making it a versatile choice for many applications. Now that we've finished with the introduction, we can get into the technical stuff. What are variables? In programming, a variable is a named storage location that holds a value, which can be of various data types such as integer, float, string, etc. Variables allow a program to store values, manipulate them, and pass them between different parts of the code. The value stored in a variable can change during the execution of a program, hence the name variable. For example, in Python, you can create a variable and assign it a value like this: x equals 5. Here, x is the name of the variable and 5 is the value stored in it. Later in the code, you can change the value of x by assigning a new value to it. X equals 10. Now, the value of x is 10. The following question. The basics operators in Python. In Python, there are several basic operators that can be used for performing operations on variables and values. Arithmetic operators, plus, addition, subtraction, asterisk, multiplication, /, division, percent, modulus, exponentiation, // floor division. Comparison operators, equals, equal to, equals, not equal to, less than, greater than, equals, less than or equal to, equals, greater than or equal to. Assignment operators, equals, assignment, plus equals, add and assign, dash equals, subtract and assign, asterisk equals, multiply and assign, / equals, divide and assign, percent equals, modulus and assign, equals, exponentiate and assign, // equals, floor divide and assign. Logical operators, and, or, not. Membership operators, in, not in. Identity operators, is not. These operators can be used in various combinations to perform operations and manipulate variables in a Python program. The following question. Data types in Python. In Python, data can be classified into several data types, including numbers. There are 3 types of numbers in Python: int, integers, float, floating point numbers, and complex numbers. Strings. A string is a sequence of characters and is represented using quotes, either single quotes or double quotes. Lists. A list is an ordered collection of items and is represented by square brackets. Tuples. A tuple is an ordered, immutable collection of items and is represented by parentheses. Dictionaries. A dictionary is an unordered collection of key-value pairs and is represented by curly braces. Sets. A set is an unordered collection of unique elements and is represented by curly braces. Booleans. A Boolean value is a binary value that can either be true or false. None. The special value none represents the absence of a value. These data types can be used to store and manipulate data in a Python program. The type of a variable can be checked using the type function. Typecasting in Python. In Python, typecasting refers to the process of converting a value from one data type to another. This can be achieved using the following built-in functions. Int, value converts the value to an integer. Float, value converts the value to a floating point number. Str, value converts the value to a string. List, value converts the value to a list. Tuple, value converts the value to a tuple. Set, value converts the value to a set. Dict, value converts the value to a dictionary. X equals 5. Y equals float, X. Print, Y. The output will be 5.0 because the integer value of X has been cast to a floating point number. Note that not all values can be converted to all data types. For example, a string that contains non-numeric characters cannot be converted to an integer or a float. In such cases, a value error may be raised. The following question. What is list in Python? In Python, a list is a collection of items that can be of different data types and is ordered, meaning that the items in a list have a specific position or index. Lists are represented by square brackets, and the items in a list are separated by comma. For example, fruits equals apple, banana, cherry. Here, fruits is a list that contains 3 strings apple, banana, and cherry. Lists in Python are dynamic, meaning that the size of a list can change during the execution of a program. Lists are useful for storing and manipulating collections of data. You can access, modify, and loop through the items in a list, add or remove items from a list, and perform other operations on lists. The following question. How to query an element in a list? In Python, you can access elements in a list using the index of the element. The index of the first element in a list is 0, the index of the second element is 1, and so on. You can use square brackets to access an element in a list. For example, fruits equals apple, banana, cherry. Print, fruits, 0, #output, apple. Print, fruits, 1, #output, banana. You can also use negative indexing to access elements from the end of the list. The last element in the list has an index of -1, the second last element has an index of -2, and so on. For example, fruits equals apple, banana, cherry. Print, fruits, -1, #output, cherry. Print, fruits, -2, #output, banana. If you try to access an index that is outside the range of the list, an index error will be raised. To avoid this error, you can check the length of the list using the len function before accessing an element. What is tuple? In Python, a tuple is an ordered, immutable collection of items that can be of different data types. Unlike a list, once a tuple is created, its items cannot be changed or added to. Tuples are represented by parentheses, and the items in a tuple are separated by commas. For example, person equals John Doe, 30, male. Here, person is a tuple that contains 3 items, a string, an integer, and another string. Tuples are useful for representing fixed collections of data that should not be changed. For example, you can use tuples to represent information about a person, such as their name, age, and gender, or to represent a point in a coordinate system with its x and y values. You can access elements in a tuple using indexing and slicing in the same way as for lists. However, since tuples are immutable, you cannot modify their items. You can also perform other operations on tuples, such as concatenating tuples or checking if an item is in a tuple. How to query an element in a tuple? In Python, you can access elements in a tuple using indexing. The index of the first element in a tuple is 0, the index of the second element is 1, and so on. You can use square brackets to access an element in a tuple. For example, person equals John Doe, 30, male. Print, person, 0, #output, John Doe. Print, person, 1, #output, 30. You can also use negative indexing to access elements from the end of the tuple. The last element in the tuple has an index of -1, the second last element has an index of -2, and so on. For example, person equals John Doe, 30, male. Print, person, -1, hashtag output, male. Print, person, -2, hashtag output, 30. If you try to access an index that is outside the range of the tuple, an index error will be raised. To avoid this error, you can check the length of the tuple using the len function before accessing an element. What is dictionary in Python? In Python, a dictionary is an unordered collection of key-value pairs. Each key is associated with a value, and you can use the keys to access the values. Dictionaries are represented by curly braces, and the items in a dictionary are separated by commas. Each key-value pair is represented as a key followed by a colon, smiley face, and the corresponding value. For example, person equals name, John Doe, age, 30, gender, male. Here, person is a dictionary that contains 3 key-value pairs. Name is associated with John Doe, age is associated with 30, and gender is associated with male. Dictionaries are useful for representing collections of data that are organized by keys. You can access, modify, and loop through the values in a dictionary using the keys. You can also add or remove key-value pairs from a dictionary. Person equals name, John Doe, age, 30, gender, male. Print, person, name, hashtag output, John Doe. Person, age, equals 31. Print, person, hashtag output, name, John Doe, age, 31, gender, male. How to make our program interactive. To make your Python program interactive, you can use various input and output methods, such as input and print. The input function allows you to take input from the user and store it in a variable. The print function allows you to output text to the console. For example, name equals input, what's your name? Print, hello, name, sep equals. This program will prompt the user for their name, and then print a greeting with their name. You can also use loops and conditional statements to create interactive programs that react to user input. For example, you can create a menu system that lets the user choose different options, or a quiz that asks questions and evaluates the user's answers. To make your program more visually appealing, you can use ASCII art or colorful text output, either by manually creating these elements or by using libraries such as Curses or Colorama. It's also worth noting that while the input function works well for small programs and testing, it can be limiting in terms of user experience. For more complex programs, you may want to use a library such as Tkinter for creating graphical user interfaces, GUIs, that provide a more polished user experience. We started writing this book with the basic elements on the Python language. In a next video we will continue writing the book with advanced elements such as conditions, loops, functions, modules, how to manage exceptions and object-oriented programming, and we'll do the layout of our book to have an ebook that we can sell online. If you liked the video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos.